Okay, good morning, everybody. So here shortly, I'm sure we will have Leslie join us. We're here to talk about FIBRE CLINIX, and I hope I'm saying that right. Why I wanted to get Leslie on here is to learn more about this. All right, Leslie's jumping on. Good morning.
Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good indeed. Very good.
Gosh.
So wonderful to kind of see you and speak to you in real life, you know?
No, it's incredible. I was like, I couldn't believe like when you said that you would join me live. I was absolutely blown away and just so grateful and thankful. And it's so nice to like be as close as we possibly could right now.
Do you know, honestly, Matt, it's such a pleasure because when I watch you, I love, you know, I think the great thing about this situation is that I've actually had time to watch people and get to know people. And you know how I've spoken to you about this in the past. When I see passion, like I see your passion and your knowledge, it really truly, it sends shivers up me. It fills me with joy because it's so wonderful to come across like-minded people. And I think, you know, all the lives that we do, we're meeting like-minded people because you wouldn't be bothered to kind of tune in unless you were kind of really into our industry and into our craft. So it's truly a pleasure.
Thank you. So I don't want to take up too much of your time, but what I do want to do is give you a chance to kind of introduce yourself. For those of you guys who don't know who Leslie is, she is the Global Ambassador for Schwarzkopf Professional. Did I say your title right?
Absolutely. Global Color Ambassador.
Global Color Ambassador. Perfect.
Tyler might be upset if you say Global Ambassador.
So give us a little rundown about like who you are and what that means exactly.
Okay, so I've been a hairdresser for many years, just over 30 years now, which seems incredible how it's gone by so quick. I didn't want to be a hairdresser. I wanted to do makeup for film and TV, but you had to have a hairdressing qualification back in those days. And I wanted a very good hairdressing qualification. So wonderfully, I managed to get into Vidal Sassoon. I spent the next 3.5, nearly 4 years training. Because obviously our system is very different from your kind of school system. It's you know, it's an assistant system. Within that time, I mean, really, I would say within 3 months of being there, I knew that this was for me, and I just loved every minute. And I spent the next 18 years there, and I sort of just did lots and lots of wonderful things. And then there was nothing else that I could kind of aim to kind of better myself. So I wanted then to be a freelance stylist, hairdresser, colorist. So that's what I went into. And eventually I got invited to do a shoot with Simon Ellis and Tyler Johnston. Mm-hmm. And I've been with them ever since. I mean, they asked me to be the global color ambassador about 13 years ago. So I have done many things, and I, you know, with my training you had to do barbering and ladies as well as coloring and perming. Yes. But you only did that for 1.5 years, and then you spent the next couple of years specializing. So really that's all I know, hair and color. It's kind of, you know, like you and like our people that are watching, I live and breathe it. I love it. Yeah. So now most of the time, apart from obviously, you know, what's going on this year, normally I would be away from home, traveling, doing seminars and shoots and shows and filming for probably 2.5 weeks a month. And then when I'm back at home, I do probably between 3, 4, 5 days maximum a month in a salon, Billy Curry in Chiltern Street, which is near Madame Tussauds, you'll know that. So it's Baker Street around there. It's really, really cool area.
Yeah. Awesome. So for everyone that doesn't know you that well, I'm happy that you got to introduce yourself. Here in the States, we refer to you as the color queen of Schwarzkopf. Plain and simple.
Thank you very much.
You're absolutely incredible. I always wanted a chance to say it to you. I was going to wait till I could say it in person, but I really believe I've never seen someone dilute pigment tones better than you do. Nobody uses pastel fire 0-00 diluters as good as you do, period. It's incredible. So now that all the ice is out of the way.
What a lovely way to start.
Right? Absolutely. The reason I wanted to bring you on was to talk about FIBRE CLINIX, and I'm saying that right?
FIBRE CLINIX.
FIBRE CLINIX, cool. Okay, see, that's exactly why I wanted to bring you here. This is available in the States, I believe, January. And I got a sneak peek of all of it. I used it, and a couple of my coworkers used it, and we loved it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's the best thing that Schwarzkopf's put out, like shampoo product-wise, for quite some time.
Yeah.
Maybe since the Blonde Me transformation happened. So, but the only problem is I didn't really know how to use it. So I posted a video with like the basic information, and then a ton of followers were like, what is that? When is it coming? How do I use it? And I was like, who better to go to than Leslie Jennison to figure all this out?
Fantastic.
So can you give us just a small rundown of when you use it and why you use it, just to get us
absolutely.
This product?
Yeah, I'll start at the beginning, because really the reason that we have this is that there is a massive breakthrough in technologies. So, I mean, these guys spent 10 years working on this. I mean, it blows my mind. I mean, to be that dedicated to something, just incredible.
For a
So 10 years in the making, and you started off, I'm pointing at your black, you know, the black packaging. So
yes.
we started off with the in salon only. And so your beautiful, the beautiful pastel colors are only just being launched now. So we've had the black version for a little while. Now, the reason the technologies are so amazing is there's two different technologies. One deals with the inner structure of the hair. One deals with the cuticles and the outside of the hair. But another big reason that this was made is that, you know, Schwarzkopf Professional, they're always looking at kind of global trends. And this massive trend that's been around for a number of years is about customization. And, you know, whether that's cars or trainers, you know, from Nike to Gucci, or skincare, you know, sachets of something to make it better for your skin, etc. This is what, you know, our clients look at social media. They know what's going on, and they become more and more demanding. And, you know, for us to have something that is so bespoke to, you know, that client that sat in front of you, you can make it bespoke to just them. And then they can then take the OTC away that is purely for them. Mm-hmm. So, in fact, all the goodies, all the properties that are in FIBRE CLINIX are the same on the OTC, on the pastel, on the for the clients to take home, as is in the black in salon only. Okay. The only difference is the concentration of the you know, the goodies that are in it. So there's more in the in salon than there are in the OTC. Okay, so what you're saying is the black one here, this is in salon only. Yeah. This is for you to use, for me to use, for the professionals. And then what we're going to be retailing out is going to be the beautifully packaged, probably the best packaging we've done in a long time. Absolutely. Pastel colors here. Absolutely. So what we're saying is that if you come in and you have this FIBRE CLINIX treatment, and we bespoke it, we tailor make it for you, we put the boosters in that are right for your hair. Yeah. The benefits of this is going to last 60 days. And you know, we cannot, as a company, we cannot claim these amazing things unless we can truly substantiate it. So these are claims that we are actually true. But when we say it lasts for 60 days, it's when you use the beautiful OTC every few days. You're using the shampoo, you're using the treatment, and you're using the booster. Obviously, the treatment and booster, you're not expecting a client to use that every single time. You're saying every 3 or 4 times, like we would say with any treatment, any take-home treatment. So this works as a system, is what you're saying, right? You come and we treat you with the black bottles and the black treatment, and we add in any sort of the booster that we see fit to customize an in-salon service. Then you follow up at home with the care, which is the pastel. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And because you follow up with the care, you can get up to 60 days. Yeah. And the benefits of it are incredible. And I think what happens is when we bring out a new line like this, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming because there's quite a few products there. You know, there's a shampoo, there's 2 different conditioners. You know, for each line, there's 1 shampoo for your beautiful peach line, the Fortify. 1 shampoo, 2 conditioners, 1 treatment, and the booster. And you've got that for each of the 5 lines. And I think sometimes it's a little, you know, overwhelming when you see it all coming in, and how am I supposed to understand and know what to do with this? And I hope that I can break it down and make it kind of more simplified for us, because I'm exactly the same. Whenever I get a new thing, or, you know, I'm at head office and we're talking about a brand new color coming out, you know, it's intimidating for all of us to understand exactly how it's going to work. So hopefully today we can get that done.
Yes, absolutely. It definitely is. When I get new colors or bleaches, I do not try them until I'm trained. Because I'm just like, no way, this is paying customers. Absolutely not. But because this was a product, it came in a big bag, just all the stuff in there, like it's not released yet. And I was like, let's just give it a run.
Yeah.
So
I tell you what, you know, like you say, the packaging is beautiful, so clients are going to love it. But the fact that it works,
yeah,
it really truly works. So do you want me to talk very quickly about the technologies?
Yeah, and let me just get a little precursor, because you're going to answer another one of the questions that one of the followers had, was that how is the hair going to feel later? And I wanted to tell you that I've already received comments, and so has my partner, Nicole, Hair by Gypsy Nick, who's an incredible stylist I work with. We received comments from our clients weeks later, 1 to 2 weeks later, without the retail, that just the treatment, their hair still felt amazing. So if you could give us that rundown of why they're going to feel that kind of stuff, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So the way that it works is the shampoo and the mask, the treatment and the boosters all have the two technologies. First technology, inside the hair, the structure of the hair, tri-bond technology. Now, Schwarzkopf Professional have bond technology with a lot of our stuff, you know, global first integrated into the bleach, but that's one kind of bond technology. Okay. You know, where, you know, so I think everybody knows that bond technologies, but tri-bond, instead of like, you know, the normal bond works like that, doesn't it? It forms bonds together. What tri-bond technology does is it forms like I haven't got a third hand to do it, but it's, you know, it forms like a kind of three-dimensional network that literally pulls the hair tighter together. So it makes the hair much stronger, more strength, more malleability. So that is in every single one of those. Then you've got, so that's the big technology. Second big technology, again, in every single one of them, is C21 technology. Now, very briefly, C21, if you've got virgin, perfect hair, you know that on the cuticles you have something called C21 hydrocarbons. Yes. You don't really need to understand the scientifics of it. It's fatty acids, it's proteins and all of that. You don't need to understand that. What you need to remember is C21. Never before, let me go back a bit, when you blow dry your hair, when you go swimming, when you're in the sun, when you colour it, when you perm it, everything, you're losing some of those. You're losing those chains, those lipid chains. So they become less and less and less from a C21. We've never ever before, this is global first, that we can now fill up every single one of those spaces with this technology. So it only exists in FIBRE CLINIX. So if you think back to BC, Bonacure, which again is an amazing line, that's C18. So the highest we ever had before was C18, filling up 18 of those hydrocarbons. So again, it doesn't really matter about the science of it. You just need to think, you know, incredible that this will fill up every single bit of the cuticle, and it helps to close the cuticle, seal all those goodies in. So that's that. And then you come to each of the boosters or each of the different lines. Now you've got it all here, but I've put this up because I thought it'd be good for a screenshot if the guys want to take it. So is that back to front? No, that's not. Okay. Now because okay, so that's in Salon. If anybody wants to take a screenshot of that, I'm going to go to this side because this is your retail, your OTC. Have I got it there?
Yes, you do. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So we start with your peachy color. That's 45. Now, what you're going to get, because you're saying, what are the benefits each time? You're going to get up to 90% less breakage. I mean, over 60 days. Wow. As long as they keep using it. You know, with the pink one, which is my favorite, because obviously I've got colored hair. So all guys need to remember is there's 5 lines, 5 colors, 5 different names. Peachy salmon, 45. Pink is vibrancy. For colored hair, I mean, that's going to give you, oh God, it gives you more color vibrancy. It gives you 90% more color retention, again, over the 60 days. The blue, I mean, the pink and the blue, I think it's quite easy to remember because it kind of harks back to BC. The blue is hydrate. And of course, that's just going to give you 24, I think it's 24 or 48, 24 hours of moisturized hair fill.
Yeah.
And then you've got the green, the mint green, that's volumizing, or volumize. That gives you 48 hours of that light, weightless look. I mean, that's incredible, you know, and I think anybody with fine hair would be, you know, very thankful.
Yes, absolutely.
For that. And then last one is the tame, and you get 48, I'm sure it's 48 hours of anti-frizz. And of course, you're just going to build that up if you keep using it. And of course, each one of those has, you know, different properties, from B3, ceramide, you know, some amazing properties that make it specific for each kind of target hair group. Yes.
Now that we have them all broken down, are they all intermixable? Can I retail to my clients the, let's say, like the hydrating treatment, but then sell them the fortified shampoo and conditioner? Is that something that we can do? Does it work like that?
Well, it is intermixable, but there's a way of intermixing. So I'm going to show you what I do. So say for colored hair, you're always going to go with the vibrancy shampoo and the mask and the conditioner. But however, I'm not going to go for the vibrancy booster because I have dry hair. So I'm going to go with the hydrate as my booster. Okay. So that's how you make it tailor-made or bespoke for your clients. Don't mix these two up. It becomes too messy. It's much a cleaner message if you're giving them the main point of focus is the fact that their hair is colored. Yeah. Secondary thing is I've got dry hair. Then you put your booster in of your secondary thing.
Got it. Okay, awesome. Okay. So for someone that does a lot of blondes, if someone's using Fortify, if I feel like they need the Fortify, that's what I'm going to give them. I'm going to sell them. And if they want to, we can do moisturizing boosters, or we can save the moisture booster treatment for just in salon service, and I'll do this. Sell them Fortify so that they continue to work with that bonding, that tri-bonding technology that you just talked to me about at home for those 60 days, right?
Perfect.
That's awesome. Now, so this has bonding technology, but it's different from the bonding technology that, in my opinion, is the biggest buzzword globally in our industry. This is brand new. It's different from the bonding technology we're using with Blonde Me.
Absolutely. It's on another level. However, there's other things happening next year with Blonde Me Care. So I'm not going to mention that because that'll be for you and Ian and everyone else to talk about. But at the moment, the tri-bonding is in this.
Awesome. Okay, good. And then I have another question for you that someone brought up. And I think it gets brought up every time a new product is launched right now. And it follows another buzzword in our industry. And the buzzword would be keratin. Here in Southern California, especially Orange County, blondes is everything. And keratin at first was a godsend maybe a decade ago, and then became like almost like the worst thing to ever happen to blondes was keratin. Overpronization. Everybody, we all freaked out. It was like, everyone was like, stop, no more keratin, no one touch it. And it just like disappeared. And now it's back. Is there keratin involved in this product line at all?
No. I have to say, whenever I go to Asia and do models there in Asia, it's the same thing. You have to ask, please tell me the truth. Do you have keratin in your hair? Because it's a massive thing out there. But in Europe, it's dropping a little bit. I mean, it's still quite big. Now, you know, when we talk about claims that are true, because everything is tested to within an inch of its life. Because this hasn't been tested on keratin hair, they're not recommending it on keratin hair.
Got it.
But there's not keratin in it.
Okay, cool. No keratin in it. Good. Which is great, because we also, it's funny you say that in Asia, that's something that's really popular, because we have a large population of Asian clients here in Orange County especially. I work in Irvine. It's extremely concentrated, and all of them love to be blonde. And it's a great place because a lot of blondes. There's a lot of blonde specialists here. A lot of bleach work. So I'm happy that we know that this is safe for them to take home and continue to use. I probably have like a handful of clients already that I'm going to call and be like, I have something for you next month. And then let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, so we covered the intermixable, the bonding technology, the keratin. We commented why our clients are feeling like why they're feeling like their hair feels incredible weeks later. Why would we choose this over Blonde Me? Because again, here in Southern California, Blonde Me is king. Blonde Me is queen. Blonde Me is everything. I know stylists that don't use anything but Blonde Me. Pretty much my shower has anywhere between 3 to 6 bottles of either the shampoo, the conditioner, only for myself. And we can't talk about it enough here. So why would we, as stylists, say to a client, I know you've been using Blonde Me, I know you love it, but I'm going to switch you to something else? Why would we switch them over to this?
I mean, for me, I mean, Blonde Me, I love Blonde Me. You can't fault it in any shape or form, but Blonde Me is specific to blonde hair. So these are specific for particular areas that you think a client really needs. So there's nothing, I would keep with Blonde Me with clients if they really love it. But this is more, at the moment, this is more scientific, you know, because of the two technologies that are in it.
Yeah.
So it's not that, you know, like, you know, I had somebody say to me, well, why would I hold in my salon BC Repair Rescue and BC Fibre Force and FIBRE CLINIX? They all have very specific things. So all of this, you know, above me, all have very specific things to do. Blonde Me has specific things to do. Repair Rescue, I always break things down into colour because, you know, that's my work. So if you think about the 3 neutralising shampoos that Schwarzkopf have. So we have the Blonde Me neutralizing shampoo. It's very soft and very delicate and just enough to maintain the blonde. Then you have BC Silver, which has more pigment, or, you know, does more.
Favorite.
And I can't go anywhere without BC Silver. I just think it's genius.
Yeah.
And then you've got Goodbye Yellow. So, you know, each of these things are very kind of bespoke for a particular reason. I think that's what's very clever about Schwarzkopf. It's, you know, it's not one size fits all. It's not, you know, oh, we'll use this. It's like this treatment coming out. It's not about bringing out a whole new treatment just for the sake of it. It's incredibly clever, insanely clever technology.
So I feel like what you're telling me and how I'm going to kind of explain it to my clients is my world is blondes. So Blonde Me is my umbrella. And everything that happens in that umbrella comes around those blonde clients. If they've been using Blonde Me as their umbrella, my blanket for all of my blondes for the last, you know, half decade or so, and then they come in and they say, God, my hair feels a little bit dry. It's a great opportunity to say, let's take a breather from the Blonde Me and let's break it down even more. So now I can be even more advanced and pinpoint target the client's exact needs under this massive umbrella of Blonde Me.
Absolutely. It's like you're giving them a prescription. You know, this is your needs for now.
Yeah.
Let's do this for now. It's not saying that you're not going back to Blonde Me, but, you know, if you're going with Fortify, you know, I mean, for them to, if you can see, if you get them to feel it before you do this in-salon treatment first, and then when they come back the 60 days later, 2 months later, and to feel it, visually, I think between the hairdresser and the client to actually sit down and look and feel and tug and do your elasticity tests and all that kind of thing.
Yes.
It's kind of mind-blowing for the clients as well, because I think then they kind of start to understand that we really know our stuff. We really know what we're talking about. We understand this technology. You know, we're embracing it, you know?
Yes, absolutely. Treatments. This is something that we're going to be upselling, of course, in the salon, because you are offering a salon-only treatment, which again, guys, that's the black bottle, and you can customize with your boosters. Treatments in the past were always put under heat. Always, always, always. And I feel like the industry has shifted away from that. Is this treatment, does it need to go under heat? It doesn't benefit you if you put it under heat?
No, not at all. Not at all. Okay. Also, if you're going to do the in-salon, when you do the in-salon treatment, use the Tri-Bond shampoo. Don't use any other BC shampoo. You need to use that shampoo because it really prepares the hair for the treatment. So, you know, you've got 2 treatments, one fine hair, one coarse hair. You don't want to leave this treatment on for more than 10 minutes. It's between 5 and 10 minutes. So you think, oh, well, I'll leave it on longer. But there's no point in doing that whatsoever, because in fact, what you're doing is you'll start to overburden the hair with the properties that are in the boosters.
Got it.
So when I come to do my in-salon treatment, I will say, for example, do my shampoo, 1 or shampoos or 2 shampoos. I do my treatments back in the chair because I think it's a little bit more luxe. But you can do it in the backwash, it's not a problem.
Yeah, but preach that. I preach chair stuff too. Owners are
paying for it. Do you know what I mean?
Chair, chair. Go back to chair.
I mean, the great thing is, you know, there's a scoop. Do you have the scoop with the treatment?
I don't even know how I got this, to be honest. With you.
There is a scoop that comes with it, which is perfect because that scoop measure, you put it in and you scrape it across the rim of the treatment, and that measures you exactly 25 grams. Then I'm going to put my boosters in. I could put 3 different boosters in if I want. I'm not sure that I would necessarily do that, but I would normally at least put 2 boosters in because I'm trying to make it, you know, I'm making it a big heart, what do you say, like a big do. This is a bespoke prescription. It's a whole thing. So I would normally put a sort of minimum 2. Okay. And whether it's 3 drops of, say it's colored hair, if it's 3 drops of vibrancy from the pink bottle and 2 pumps, sorry, not drops, pumps. Yeah. Because what you're aiming to do in the salon is have 25 grams of treatment, 5 grams of booster. And every pump you do is 1 gram.
1 gram.
And it's clever. It just makes it much easier. No measuring out. You know, save that bit of time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But when you're talking to your client, you need to say, have your booster, but they can do 3 pumps to 5 pumps. Mm-hmm. Don't do any more. Okay. And you need to kind of, I think this is another way of you're kind of upselling because again, you're explaining how bloody, excuse my language, how good this is.
Oh, you've heard my language. You're fine.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. What am I saying? That's mine, darling.
I'm best behaved right now.
Are you all good? I'm bringing out the best in you, man.
Yes.
You need to let those clients know, do not use these boosters by themselves. Right. They need to be used in the treatments. They're so highly concentrated. Not that I would say this to a client because it's definitely not something that you want to push, but they're so highly concentrated that you might get a little irritation from them.
Yeah.
No, because they're so full of goodies.
Yeah.
So
I always refer to that with coffee. Is it? One time I worked for a guy and he got me. I think it's a cappuccino, like a small, like shot.
Espresso.
What?
Espresso.
Espresso. Thank you. Yes, yeah. Espresso. Right. So that's what he came back with, and I was like, "What am I going to do with this? This isn't coffee. I need energy. I'm tired." And he was like, "Oh, you're so funny." He's from Argentina. He's like, "You drink that." He's like, "America, you guys always dilute, dilute, dilute." So then I realized that that's what we're talking about here. This is too strong on its own, can cause irritation to your scalp, right? So
that's a really good way to describe it. I'm gonna use that one.
Right? If you drink just that cup of espresso, it can
know it
too much, right? You're shaky. So if we dilute it with cream or milk or water, then you have a longer exposed period of time to that caffeine and you're less shaky. So that's always when I tell people why something I'm like, don't use too much. Good. That's why. So,
that's really good.
Is there anything else you'd like to add on about this product before I ask you one other question and let you go about your day?
Oh, no, of course. I just remember to tell everyone that, 5 to 10 minutes. It's not like a long process. It's not taking up time in the chair. It's the best upsell that you can possibly do because you can get your assistant, if we have assistants in this time, but you can get your assistant to do it. Don't have it onto the scalp. If you're working on extensions, it works brilliantly on extensions. I've got a massive extensions. Just don't have it near the bonds, but I think that's quite obvious with any kind of treatment. Let clients know all of the goodies are nearly all organic, apart from 45, because that's the peachy coloured one. That is a vitamin B3, which is better made synthetically. Everything else is, different kind of fermented soya, fermented milk or whey. So all gorgeous things, avocado and olive oil and all those kind of stuff.
Is this
so I think that's kind of nice to put in.
Do we do any testing on animals? I've always wanted to ask someone that.
Um, in the EU, I don't know about global, but in the EU, the law is that we don't have to test this on an animal, but every single ingredient we would have used at some point would have been tested, because, but we don't, Schwarzkopf don't test on animals, but those products, those source products, you know, even things like, you know, olive oil, you know, everything would have been tested.
Yeah, that outside third-party
because,
now.
you know, you would be sued.
Yeah, yes. Vegan.
Especially in the US.
Huge word here in California is vegan. Products are coming out that
it's
are
not vegan. No, it's not vegan.
Okay.
No.
I don't think that takes away from its value whatsoever. Even my vegan clients that are very into that world, still, they don't mind buying a non-vegan product. I always tell people too, we're altering, changing your hair with chemicals. We need to have that same power in our care too.
Absolutely.
So, like, it's tough to work with just vegan products alone. So that's fantastic. I feel like I can't wait to get back. Since I have you here, there was one thing I wanted to ask you, if you're okay with it.
Of course.
So this is my first year on the guest artist team here in the USA, working directly under Ian with the guest artists. And when we had our first training, it was the first time I was trained really, really heavily in what I would say, like the essential looks, right? And that is so high fashion to me. I am so commercial. If I do a client and it doesn't look like it belongs on Pinterest, I don't know what I did. What did I do that for? So how does someone like me, how do the stylists, if you were talking to a stylist who was saying this to you, how do we get from where we are here with commercial hair to taking that next step towards high fashion? Where do we find that jump? How do we bridge that gap between the two?
Do you know what? I've never been asked this. I think that's a brilliant question. I think, really, to be honest, if you notice essential looks over the last couple of seasons, we have begun to get more commercial. So you'll find that there's, and in the next one, even more so, which launches in March, we've become more and more commercial because we want to be more of a global, we want to be used by everybody, you know, an end consumer to recognize it as well, because it's such an amazing concept. The whole feeling of essential looks is, you know, I'm so proud of it. But I think you will start to see one very extreme look, and you should see something more that is definitely more salon friendly, that maybe has a little twist to it. So say, you know, say whether it's kind of Alice bands with balayage, or it's Alice bands with borders, or whether it's Alice bands, whether when I do it as an image, it's very, very strong. I always, the thing is that, you know, like I was supposed to be coming to LA a couple of times. I was so gutted. I cannot begin to tell you. There's the sort of thing that I say in every single seminar or show I do, is that those images are like Fashion Week. So not that I'm, you know, putting myself next to Alexander McQueen, but say McQueen puts something down the runway and it's fierce and it's really strong and he gets the most incredible images. But what you see in his shops are not what he puts down the catwalk, what they put down the catwalk. So it's about creating this incredible image that is inspiring, but then being able to back it up with education that shows that this is kind of catwalk, but we can soften it down by color choice. It's a big thing.
Yeah,
that's the thing, because you see some of those colors are quite strong. Color choice can change it, but also twisting that technique. So instead of it being, you know, massive, you know, we could come in, but you would still come. But the education would be, don't just do this because you'll lose anything here. The education is still there. The education is very, very strong in sort of talking about why it's important to come out and why, you know, it's important to have this depth here to kind of elongate the neck. And so I hope that if I get to come over to LA, that I can do some seminars and show you.
Yes. Yeah.
But does that answer your question?
It does. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And I think what I'm taking away from it is that the in-salon look is inspired and modified. And almost I felt like when I was listening to you that you are giving me, as the artist, creative control to see your image that you and Tyler and everyone has created and take creative control to adjust to what needs to be for that client. So not look at it like that's law. It has to be that way. The Alice band has to be this. But take that Alice band and then take that creative freedom and turn it into something for a client. Have you heard the term e-girl? Have you heard the term e-girl?
Oh, yes. Yeah. E-girl.
Okay. You realize that, from my opinion, you inspired the e-girl.
Oh,
because
totally.
I heard Alice band and you started pushing Alice band, and then it was like a month or two, all of a sudden it was like, boom, everyone wants to e-girl. And I'm like, wait a second. That's not e-girl. That's just a different version of Alice band. I know who made that. Don't even start with that.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I've seen some really amazing Alice bands, or, you know, because I know that Alice band doesn't mean everything in every country. And it's so synonymous with this, you know, in the UK. And
all right. Well,
and I just wanted to tell you something, because
yes.
Tyler will say this about haircuts. He says it very, very strongly, that when we're on stage and we do these fierce things, or not fierce, but stronger.
Yeah.
He always says, do not copy this. This is just to kind of get you thinking a little bit outside the box, because we know when I do a client in the salon, I don't do essential looks in the salons on most of my clients. I do variations. I do very soft variations of what I do in the book. And I think that's what it is. It's about taking any dot of inspiration away from it and taking it away and making it your own, and being able to offer your clients something different.
Yes. Awesome. Oh my gosh. I can't thank you enough. I will post this, you guys, on my feed so you can rewatch it. We covered so much information about the new products here, in salon treatment, retail. Leslie, you were incredible, as always. I expect nothing less than just absolutely incredible everything from you every time we've had a chance to talk. Thank you so much for joining me.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. And have a great day. It's my evening now, but you have a great day, darling.
Thank you. Enjoy your evening. Everyone have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay inspired. Thank you, Leslie. Bye, everybody.
Bye.